No, Pika. I have no idea what I'm going to say next. This is true. Is I'm happy to say I am simply the Lord's flute. That joke blows, huh? Oh. That's a deep ohm from me to you. Hi, everyone. It's time once again for the Comics Coffee Table. That's right. I am Krishna's flute. Play me. There you go. Pull up a chair, take a break, grab a cuppa, whatever it is you're shoving under your nose. Today, we are talking comic books on our coffee break. Isn't that a wonderful thing? So, pull up a chair, sit beside us. Ooh, this is good. Tell me what you're sipping on today. Did you bring any snacks? Pika likes AA batteries. I like cheese and crackers. Or maybe a handsome charcuterie board. Wouldn't that be nice? Thank you so much for tuning in today. We are reboxing, reboarding, rebagging my entire comic book collection. Along the way, I'm getting myself an education, and hopefully you too along the way too. We're having fun, and we're being interesting, entertaining, and I'm learning a lot more about a certain aspect of my lifelong hobby that I was pretty ignorant about. And since I'm going through reboxing, reboarding, rebagging this entire collection of mine, well, it's the most current iteration of a collection, probably my third lifetime. And just over the past 20 years or almost 20 years or so. And I think I have about 8 long boxes just full of accumulated flotsam and jetsam, and then some real keen curations of some beloved titles. But I am giving myself a ballpark estimate of what my comic book collection is worth. Don't you look at your funny books and be like, what is this all worth? Like, seriously. And so I got these 2 books. These are the Overstreet Price Guides, the Overstreet Comic Book Price Guide, and the Overstreet Guide to Grading Comics. These are awesome. I'm learning so much about the 10-point grading system and how to grade comics, and it's it's really fun along the way. I'm finding some real gems while I'm doing this, and you're like, wow, this is a first appearance. This is worth $35. Really? I'm impressed. I like that. And will I get $35 for it? That depends on its condition. Yeah. So these 2 books go hand in hand. Loving it. There are links in the description to their Amazon pages where you can get your own copies and you can play along at home. And tell me if you find a gem or two while you're rebagging, reboxing, and reboarding. And also, while I'm doing that, I'm getting supplies because I need them. And I'm picking up these supplies at the local comic book shop. My mission is to get you to get your ass to your comic book, your LCS, your local comic book shop, the brick and mortar mom and pop shop, to spend your money there. I could be getting a price break, free shipping, and with my online supply chain, the one with the free TV network, getting Mylars and getting and getting a discount too. But no, I pay the retail price, and it's only because I want to help contribute to my local comic book shop to be a healthy business, a local business, and I would do that anywhere I would live too, not just specifically this one comic book shop in my village square, which is also a vintage toy store. And it's also my complete privilege and honor to bring friends to for the first time, being like, behold, dun dun dun, Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I'm moving my collection from long boxes to these short boxes. Why? The older I get, the heavier these long boxes get. I know, I just brought one up from the basement. We got a new one to crack open today. I hope you're ready for that. Uh, it's kind of like, we were just going through the boxes, and then maybe we'll take our time with the rebagging and the reboarding, and to really get into it. So this is more of like the past, couple of months doing this. It's been a really nice trip down memory lane, and I hope and I can tell you like it too. We have people out in the live chat, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern daily. Hit that subscribe button. Hit on the notifications. Ring that bell. Be part of it. If I am able to be part of the 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern live chat premiere, I will be there. I'm a chef, so sometimes I have to work late. Also, I take public transportation. Here in Boston, there's nothing more notoriously slow than your subway commute, especially these days. So I'm just blessed and grateful to see a great comic book shop style conversation going on this channel daily, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern. You are welcome. New people show up every day, and it's a really fun thing, and we're blessed and grateful. Oh, my lips feel like they're imploding. Well, I'll never ask you to pass me the lip balm again. Last time I did, you passed the Cruex, and that was bad. This wasn't funny. It wasn't a practical joke. I get it. I forgive you. It was an honest mistake. We're not bickering in front of the audience. Please, hi. Random segue. Sometimes I hit the pause button and put on some I just get this, I'm not sponsored by them, but I'm a lifelong customer. Yeah. I hope they don't take sides in any kind of culture war. Maybe they have, and I'm just ignorant to it. And if they did, would I? Let's where our minds go, huh? Well, our minds should be so let's spend money at our local comic book shop. I'm buying short boxes there. I'm buying bags, and I am also buying my acid-free boards. $15 for 100. I'm also stashing, waiting to be board boxed and bagged funny books in this spare box. I got to get more boxes. I think they were $8.99 a piece for a short box. And yeah, so that's like, I have to spend money on this, but I'm spending it in the right place. My local comic book shop. They need our business. So let's see what we have going on today. This thing's fucking heavy. Oh shit. Part of the reason for the whole reboxing, reboarding, and rebagging, I've been keeping my long boxes in my cellar, my basement, and over time, I've literally wow, you have had these for over a decade and maybe 15 years or so, boxing, 20 years worth of comic books, like an accumulation of things, of just going to the local comic book shop and respecting like my most recent, close to 4-year hiatus after Heroes in Crisis. I just totally was like, F it. But what brought me back was my need to spend money at my local comic book shop, especially during and after the lockdown 2020. And your local businesses need us, to spend money, so before we spend money at our online supply chain, like, who am I to judge? I just bought a brand new vacuum cleaner. I'm a grown up. I need a new vacuum cleaner. You can't get a replacement part for the vacuum cleaner I got like 8-9 years ago. I can't get a new canister and a filter. So, I got a decent Kenmore, And I got some filters. Yeah, thank you, Online Supply Chain, for recommending that too. May or may not have crossed my mind. But I got a fair price. Both under $200. And where else would I get that? A big box chain store locally. There are I don't think there are any mom and pop hardware stores around. Would they even sell it? Like a vacuum cleaner, or the one that I want. I need a HEPA filter, and they're all bagless. Why are we talking about vacuum cleaners? That sucks. Flute and blows, vacuum cleaners and sucks. What next bad pun do we have today? Well, the boxes, they absorb moisture, sunlight. I had a beer explode and during a summer swelt. It was a home brew. Me and Aaron and Pete had made a chocolate stout, and I had a broken brown bottle and beer splatter, like heavy molasses beer splatter. It was so hot that year, but my homebrew exploded and it got everywhere. Well, it was contained everywhere. It didn't ruin a lot of things, but it ruined a couple of things. Most notably, my VHS copy of the Star Wars Holiday Special that I got at the first comic book convention I ever went to in the early 90s. Yeah, I had to get rid of it, and I would rather have that on DVD than Rise of Skywalker. I don't have Rise of Skywalker. I got all the rest of it. I even got Resistance, season 1, the animated. I couldn't even finish that. But my Star Wars shelf will never be complete. And if you're a Star Wars comic book completist, your movie adaptations will never be complete. Marvel never released the Rise of Skywalker comic book adaptation. It's funny because we're talking about Marvel Comics today. This is a full long box, and it's mostly Marvel. We're talking about so we got here's another. This is there's only one more long box downstairs. They're all up here with me, and I need to hey, it's good. Let's get motivated. Let's get this job done. This is a task. I need to get this done. I need to find a space to hold these comic books if I want to keep them. I need to also sort which ones I want to keep and which ones I want to sell. I need to I need to start making choices. I need to streamline this collection. It's time. It is time. So yeah, let's open up this mostly Marvel box and let's see what we got. Oh wow. All right. This is Black Mask. Occupy Comics #1. What the? Well, yeah, I said it was mostly Marvel. Wow. Do I have the other two? Wow. Speaking of, what's coming up on Saturday? It's Free Comic Book Day. First Saturday every May. Get this. From Free Comic Book Day. What is this, 2015? We get the dying New 52 Superman. Where is it? We've got Darksiding. We've got Bunny Robo Batman. Wow. Oh, Trillium. Optic Nerve. Wow. Let's look at this one. These artsy fartsy ones. I'm trying to remember why I got this. Maybe because I was tuned into War Analysis Station. And he was always John Quarterly publisher. (2011). I'm sure I might get a hoot and a holler for that one. Let's look at that one real quick. Optic Nerve. I mean, because it was nothing like I would ever read anything like that. I don't. The new, long-awaited Optic Nerve number 12, the award-winning shortcomings cartoonist Adrian Tomine returns to the multiple short story format familiar from early issues of the iconic series and showcases Tomine's trademark humor and observational skills. Optic Nerve was a here we go. Optic Nerve comic is It's a self-published. We're reading this from the wiki. Optic Nerve is a comic book series by cartoonist Adrian Tomine, originally self-published by Tomine in 1991 as a series of mini-comics, which later have been collected in a single volume called 32 Stories. The series has been published by Drawn Quarterly since 1995. And there were 14 issues as of 2019. So I've missed 13 issues of this series. I wonder why I got this. Somebody in my Twitter sphere, and I've been following comic book creators on the Twitter sphere for a while, since 2011 at least. And it was probably Warren Ellis's crowd. Speaking of Free Comic Book Day, well, maybe I should save these for Saturday. Spoon! Yes, new stories. It's Free Comic Book Day 2015. NEC, New England Comics. That's a local chain here in Massachusetts. It's where I would frequent the Quincy NEC. And it was one of my primary comic book shops growing up, like as a teenager. They moved their store from the Rotary at Quincy Center to down the street to a strip mall kind of location on Hancock. Is it Hancock Street? It's one of those Quincy streets there. Those main drags there leading up to Quincy Center. It's not Quincy, you landlubber. It's Quincy. Quincy! Chowder! Many of these Optic Nerve stories are set in Northern California and feature Asian American characters. I don't believe that. There was no diversity in comic books until 2015. How can that be? It's got to be some far right trap. They publish these things on papers and distribute them in the world and try to get us to believe that there was... Shut up, son. You're cockamamie. No, I have a lot of Buffy comic books. I got them back, too. I thought I lent them out. Oh, wow. Some New 52 in here. Yeah, like I said, it's mostly Marvel. Mostly. Oh, hey, look. Oh, you're going with the other issues, number 0. I love 0 issues. 0 issue. Do. Pasquale Ferry art, dude. Brett Booth. Who's that? Iguara. Yeah, you're going with the others. The other zeros. A 0 issue. Look, Highlander on Dynamite Comics. There could be only one. Only 25 cents. Oh, let's look at this one. Oh, come on. Give me a break. We are taking a break together. I love Highlander. Okay, I remember going to see Highlander in middle school when it came out. I pissed off my friends. I have that ability. we took the red line to Quincy Senna, again Quincy, and the subway. We took the red line subway to Quincy Center. We took the bus to the South Shore Plaza, the mall. Until we got to the mall on a day that nobody's parents could drop us off. There's like 6 of us, and they all wanted to see Wildcats with Goldie Hawn, Wesley Snipes, and Woody Harrelson. And I split from them, and I went to go see Highlander alone. It was like the weekend it came out. I wanted to see Highlander, and I fucking loved it. The Queen music, swords and shit. You know, oh god, Highlander was my movie. They had to wait for me 15 minutes, like after like the movie, because the movies got out at different times. Mine had a longer running time. They were all like waiting around for me, like, oh, we missed the bus, you asshole, because of you. I'm like, huh? And, you know, I wanted to see what I wanted to see. That's me. I'm a maverick. I'm like I'm part of the group, but I kind of do my own thing. Like, you know, like Raphael of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Here we are, born to be kings. We're the princes of the universe. And here we are, we're the princes of the universe. Yeah! I have no rival, no man can be my equal. Take me to the future. Wait, there's no date on here? It just says Highlander, #1, first printing, published Dynamite. There's no year here. I just showed that to you. Is it, or am I looking? No, that's the zip code. That's the address. That's the volume and issue number. Wow. How about that? I'm not making that up. Okay, this is 2000. I can see the year right over here is 2006. All right. So when that is the most that's the first indicia colophone I think we've read that did not contain the year, the month. You know, annuals. I don't even think annuals have to contain a month, but I mean just no month and no year, huh? I got a lot of Buffy the Vampire Slayer comic books, and I was there for that. I love Buffy. Jeez. Buffy will need their own day. Oh yeah, the Trials of Shazam. Where are what the mostly Marvel book? Sorry. Yeah, so I've been going from the end here, in the mostly Marvel book. So over here at the beginning, the top of the. Okay, well, why don't you say so? I've just been puttering along, just like, oh, look at me go. Oh, like speaking of Warren Ellis. Hello, Warren Ellis. Now, Warren had a hard drive full of comic stories and stuff, and it crashed. He brought it to Warren Ellis, comic book writer, England. And he brought it to a fixer shop, and the shop got broken into, and his computer was stolen. And he had all of these like story ideas. So there's a point in Warren Ellis's body where there's a blip where like he had shit that was going on that got like pure droplet, and I think that New Universal was one of them. Yeah, I remember he there was some like kind of banter with comics creators, and he got sore what I said. He's like, "Oh, you think you're being funny? Like, we're not like, we're artists. We're not your, you're not like, employees of a store to be, given orders to. We're like, we produce art and story. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you think you're being funny, aren't you, huh?" And I was like, "Yes, my Dark Lord of Words. I do. I was being jokey, because on Twitter you can't really tell for tone, and this was in the days before like emoticons started getting really widely used, like emojis, and there's a lot going on with text-based things. Like, just you can't really tell for tone. It's not like lettering in a comic book bubble where you can have emphasis on the wrong syllable. I bet you could. I like Garth Ennis, how he would sound things out, and you would have to literally, just read it. There's an old newspaper in here. Oh. Interesting. Yeah, this is an old newsletter from a daycare center I worked at, and I split from. I'm a professional chef, and I hit the wall, and I needed to run screaming from the restaurant I was working at. It's a thankless, hard life being a restaurant chef, and I worked there for 4 years. Wonderful place, wonderful people, but there's only so much drinking and sex and drugs you can do before you go mad. No, it wasn't that like that, but it could be, maybe. And I was the chef at a daycare center, and there we go. that was a learning experience. And from there, I became a union chef at a local university after 2 decades of restaurant work. I put myself out to pasture. Let's see. Speaking of Warren Ellis, we got Agents of Hate. It's a trade paperback. That was funny. Monica Rambeau, the leader of the Agents of Next Wave. That's Monica Rambeau, the original Captain Marvel. This is good shit. Now this was. People will say that this was where Whedon speak and snarkiness started to completely take over. Now, this is probably a really good indicator of. Let's look at the indicia real quick. These collects Next Wave 1 through 12, which was originally released in 2006 and 2007. This is like when Warren Ellis ruled the comics world in a way, and he was a rock star. I mean, geez, yeah. I'm sorry. I know he might hurt your feelings. Hey, did he ruin your life? Well, if so, then get a hold of him. He's I guess he's scheduling atonements for his past deeds. So if you feel personally wronged by him in your life, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't speak for him. Don't do what I say. Oh my God, sorry, Warren. I don't mean to bother you. But yeah, so this is a great, funny comic book story. But it is probably where everyone now, I think, you could say is aping this. Maybe this is pretty good. Jay Lee, Grant Morrison's. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 by Fantastic Four. This is a really good Fantastic Four story. We're gonna have to get into the Marvel stuff tomorrow. Yeah, we have to wrap up the show for today. But yeah, we got a new box to go through. Brought it from the basement. There's one more long box downstairs. And wow, then it's comic books. We talk about comic books daily. We're going to continue this comic book shop-style conversation over our coffee break. So thank you so very much for tuning in today. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. We will see you again tomorrow in those funny pages. And please like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Please give us a chance. Put on this, hit that subscribe button. Turn on those notifications. Be part of this comic book conversation in the live chat at the 3 p.m. live chat premiere. We have a great daily conversation, and the conversation continues in the comments section. So please join us. Tell us what you're reading. Tell us what if you have these comic books, and tell us what you're drinking today at your coffee break table here at the Comics Coffee Table. Cheers. Have a good one.